Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today on this webinar about Sorong and Raja Ampat. To introduce myself, I am Lukman Tassakka, Product Manager with EXO Travel Indonesia. I am originally from Makassar, which is on the island of Sulawesi, but I have lived in Bali for 10 years and have worked for EXO Travel Indonesia for 9 years. As I said, I am so happy that you are joining me today as we are going to explore the incredible area of Raja Ampat National Park. I am not sure how many of you have been to Raja Ampat, but personally, when I talk with people about Raja Ampat, most questions I received were regarding its location and how to get there. So let me talk a few minutes about its location within Indonesia and the best ways to travel there. So Raja Ampat is part of West Papua province of Indonesia, and Raja Ampat itself actually a regency with Wasai as the administrative capital. And Wasai indeed is the real gateway to Raja Ampat because here is where visitors will be required to pay the national park fees. Okay, so before we reach Raja Ampat, of course, the first destination that we have to talk about is Sorong because this is where the entry point of all flights to West Papua or to Raja Ampat. At the moment, Sorong is the only city where the airport is located to West Papua. So this is the main gateway to Raja Ampat. So Sorong is the capital of the province of Papua Barat or West Papua. With at the moment they have about 190,000 populations, and Sorong is located at the peak of the Papua Bird's Head Peninsula, and it serves as an important part of West Papua. The word Sorong derived from the Soreri local language, which means deep and turbulent sea. Sorong plays important role as a business main hub for West Papua and is the entry point to Raja Ampat National Park, as I mentioned earlier, and the Domine Edward Osok Airport (SOQ) is the second largest and busiest airport in Papua. It is currently serving about 650,000 passengers a year, even though the airport at the moment is operating for domestic flights only. In Sorong, Christianity is widely observed and there are many businesses will be closed on Sunday. So it is important to remember and note about this because we can avoid in case you have any clients that are in Sorong during Sunday and they might want to go for shopping or eating out in a restaurant. They most probably find that businesses will be closed. Okay, so next is how to get to Sorong. So before the pandemic, there were three main airports from which you could take flight to Sorong. They are Jakarta, Soekarno-Hatta International Airport or CGK with about 4 flights a day, Makassar, Sultan Hasanuddin Airport or UPG, 4 flights a day, and Manado Samratulangi Airport, MDC, with 1 a day flights. Of course, we are hoping that these flights will resume once the situation with the COVID-19 has been improved. And I can update you further once this has been determined. As I mentioned on the previous slide, at the moment, Sorong Airport is only operate for domestic flights. So let's take a look. Let's take a look on some flights that were connecting Sorong and other parts of Indonesia. On this slide, you can see Jakarta, Sorong, Jakarta. The airport to depart to Sorong from Jakarta is Soekarno International Airport, CGK. Garuda had a daily flight. Batik Air had 2 flights a day. AirAsia had 4 times a week flights. Again, we hope that all these flights will resume very soon. And from Makassar, there were one Garuda flight and 3 flights a day from Batik Air. As you probably know, Batik Air is a part of the group of Lion Air. They are aiming to compete head-to-head Garuda as a full board services airlines. Next, I'm going to explain a little bit about the distance from Sorong Airport to a few destinations. First, from Sorong Airport to Sorong Harbor or the city center, it's only take 10 minutes, and traffic jam is something that people in Sorong are probably never experienced. So it's relatively easy to drive in the city. And then from airport to Misool Island, where the Misool Eco Resort is located, by car and speedboat, in total, it will be 4.5 hours to 3 islands. We'll see later on the map. It will be 2 hours. Papua Eco Resort, 1.5 hours. And to Waisai, the administrative capital of Raja Ampat, it took 2 hours by speedboat. During my inspection trip to Sorong and Raja Ampat on last November, I actually visited several hotels in Sorong, and there are actually quite a lot of number of accommodation. But however, the standard of accommodation that meet our requirements so far is only the Swiss Bell Hotel Sorong, which I present to you now. So Swiss Bell Hotel Sorong is the first 4-star international hotel in Sorong with 126 guest rooms. The location is really convenient because it's located between the airport and the harbor. So we also use this hotel often as a lounge or transit area, waiting lounge area for the clients that are going to depart the boat from the harbor. So they can, if they arrive with morning flights, they can wait in Swiss Bell and have some refreshment before they depart to the harbor. Here are some pictures of Swiss Bell. Next, I'm going to talk about Raja Ampat and some general information about it. I went to Raja Ampat again last year. I was really impressed with the variety of level of services available in terms of accommodation and boards, as well as the incredible scenery. It is something that truly incredible, especially for natural lovers, divers, and those that are really looking forward to getting away from it all. Raja Ampat, in Bahasa, it's literally mean the 4 kings. It's actually comprising over 1,500 small islands. At the moment, the national park fees to Raja Ampat is 1 million rupiah, or approximately $80. And it's valid for 1 year and to be paid directly on the site. Another general information, Raja Ampat is renowned for the richness of its seabed. Many pelagic species, manta rays, sharks, and also very rich with macrofauna, anemones, seahorses, and you name it. Of course, also it's very popular with turtles and then more than 100 varieties of coral. Another thing that attract many people to Raja Ampat is the birding activities. So the primary forests of Raja Ampat are the kingdom of many bird species, including the famous bird of paradise, which can be found in Raja Ampat. With its myriad and sparsely populated island and deserted islets, Raja Ampat is definitely full of paradisiacal beaches far from the rest of the world. Here you could find white sandy beaches everywhere, coconut palms, and crystal clear waters, as you can see from the picture. Next, some practical information about Raja Ampat. Of course, one of the most important thing is when is the best time of the year to visit Raja Ampat. To answer this question, I would say depends on what's the purpose of the visit. If you are a diver, then the dry season, which is from November to April, will be the best time to be in Raja Ampat. If you are going to Raja Ampat for birding activities, then the opposite seasonality will apply, because it's best to be there by June to September. The wind season, the middle of the wet season, mid-June to mid-September, sees days with strong winds, which makes sea conditions less pleasant, but not every day. And during the birding seasons, most of the boats will not operate in Raja Ampat, as they would prefer to take advantage of the high seasons in Komodo National Park, which has the opposite seasonality. So that will make the price in Raja Ampat during May to October will be lower, and then the dive sites are much quieter, but also with less clear visibility. Next, some reasons to go to Raja Ampat. Here I mentioned 3 main reasons, but of course there are hundreds of other reasons to go to Raja Ampat. First, to explore the most pristine and well-preserved marine national park of Indonesia. And then to discover the beautiful and abundant marine life of Raja Ampat. And last but not least, to watch the birds' paradise in their habitat. Next, before we get to Raja Ampat, of course, people will question like how actually we get to Raja Ampat from Sorong. So we already know how to get to Sorong. So now it's like from Sorong to Raja Ampat, how to get there. Since about 2 years ago, the government is required all the liverboat cruises and land-based accommodation in Raja Ampat to pay the national park fees in Wasai instead of Sorong. So that changed a lot of things. So it's required client to take a boat from Sorong to Wasai or to the resort directly, if there's any, and then Sorong to Misool if they stay in Misool Eco Resort. From Sorong to Wasai, there is a public boat which depart daily, twice a day, depart at 9 a.m. in the morning and 2 p.m. And from Sorong to Misool, there are 3 times a week schedule. Depart at noon, and that's why going to Misool is a little bit complicated, but as long you match with the date, then we should avoid any problems. Here are some pictures of boats that are surfing between Sorong, Wasai, and Sorong to Misool. In general, each like these both will have 2 classes. They are economy and the VIP. Of course, we would recommend, because the price differences are actually not so much. So we would recommend to book the VIP tickets, where client will be in an AC room and it's more comfortable. In addition to the public speedboat that runs between Sorong, Wasai Sorong, or Sorong Misool, there are also few options, although I would say this is not something that available every day and not for everybody. But in any cases, we have somebody that really need alternative, then this could be a good options. One of them is Meridian Boat. It's depart from Tanpa Garam Marina, which is about 20 to 30 minutes from Sorong Airport. And another one is a small speedboat called Azure, but it could accommodate up to 24 packs. It's departed from TPL Harbor, which is not too far from Sorong Public Harbor. Okay. Next, in the upcoming slides, we're going to talk about accommodation options that we have in Raja Ampat. First, I'm going to talk about Meridian Dive Adventure Resort. This is one of the options where we can have B&B options rather than full board as most of the other accommodations in Raja Ampat. So Meridian Adventure Dive is a 5-star PADI dive resort that has just been awarded PADI Green Star status from Eco Conscious Practices. It has 30 rooms and a la carte Western and Indonesian fusion restaurant and bar, pool, and manicure gardens. They offer simple barefoot luxury. And because it's located in Waisai, it has an easy access to town, so guests can enjoy a variety of local experiences. Meridian Adventure is also perfect for all, from first-time divers or snorkelers to advanced dive professional, because they have the custom-built high-speed dive boats, as you see on the previous picture, and high-spec dive gear. They offer valet dive services and variety of activities, so the guests can get the most out of just relaxing in Raja Ampat above and below the water. Here are some pictures of the resort, rooms, as well as things to do from and around the resort. Next accommodation that we are going to talk about is Papua Explorers Dive Resort, situated in the north side of Gamat Island. Papua Explorer is known as a dive resort, but this could also be an ideal accommodation for honeymooners or couple, snorkelers, or for those who simply want a relaxing holidays. The resort is feature 14 units of over-the-water bungalows, and they have a party dive center, spa, and restaurants. Here are some dreamy pictures of Papua Explorers. Next accommodations is Papua Paradise Eco Resort. This resort lies along the pristine shoreline of the uninhabited island of Biri. Truly an ideal retreat away from civilization. It features a total of 26 overwater bungalows, consists of 10 deluxe rooms and 16 superior rooms, with spacious verandas overlooking the turquoise reef and the Pacific Ocean. Some images of Papua, I should say inviting images of Papua Paradise Eco Resort. Next one is Sorido Bay Resort in Cree Island. Together with Cree Eco Resort, which we see on the upcoming slides, these two resorts are situated on Cree Island, and they are operated and owned by Papua Diving Resorts. Sorido Bay Resort has 7 species bungalows, which divided into 2 types. These are 5 units of Sentani bungalows, which can accommodate up to 2 people. And then 2 units of Kaimana bungalow, which ideal for family and can accommodate up to 4 guests. Some images of Sorido Bay in Cree Island. Next, Cree Eco Resort, and as I mentioned on previous slide, it is also located in Cree Island. It has 13 rooms in 3 categories. These are 4 units Papuan cottage, Papuan cottage with shower, toilet, with shared toilet and shower, sorry. 7 units superior room with direct beach access and shared bathroom for 4 guests maximum per bathroom, and 2 units deluxe oceanfront with private ensuite bathroom with hot water. The resort is made of locally sourced and low impact and sustainable materials, but please note that all rooms are without AC and are equipped with an electric fan. Some pictures of Kri Eco Resort in Kri Island. The last accommodation that we're going to talk about is Misool Eco Resort. Misool Eco Resort, located in remote part of Raja Ampat, a truly tropical hideaway hidden on an uninhabited island. The resort has 8 water cottages, 4 villas built over the ocean located in the North Lagoon, and 7 South Beach villas located on the beach in southern area. It is important, however, to note that in Misool Eco Resort, due to the weather seasonality, the resort is closed from June 15 until September 30th each year. Here are some images of Misool Eco Resort and surroundings. And you can see on the left top, that's the lagoon that we were talking about earlier. All right, that's all about the accommodations. And now we move to liveaboard cruises in Raja Ampat. The best way to explore Raja Ampat National Park is by doing a liveaboard cruise. It will save a lot of time from doing back and forth cruising from resort to the sites. There are a wide selection of cruises in Raja Ampat, and generally each has a required minimum of 5 nights. The best season for cruising Raja Ampat is from November to April. National Park fees will be collected in Waisai, and most liveaboard cruises will embark and disembark in Waisai. So it's important to note, and very important to ensure that transfer from Sorong Airport Harbor is included and very well coordinated. I actually will have another webinar in September to talk specifically for liveaboard and cruises in Indonesia. Cruising the archipelagos is the title of the webinar. I can't remember the dates, but it will be September. You will get invitations very soon. So stay tuned if you are interested in more options of cruises in Indonesia, then please join the upcoming webinars. Okay, let's talk about some liveaboard options that we have in our portfolio for Raja Ampat. First one is La Mima. La Mima is a deluxe cruise with a total 7 cabins, 1 master, 4 double cabins, and 2 twin cabins. So it can accommodate up to 14 packs. Destinations, La Mima sail in Komodo National Park, Banda Sea, South Papua, and Raja Ampat, available on private charter only. So please reach to us if you are interested to know more details about the itinerary or the programs that they have. Next, Amanikan by Aman. This is the smaller boat that Aman Indonesia has. It has 3 double cabins, and space for the 3rd cabin can be converted into 2 singles. Because it has 3 cabins, it could accommodate up to 6 packs. And the destination is Komodo National Park as well as Raja Ampat based on seasonality. And the good thing about Amanikan boat is that if you have a bigger group, let's say 16 packs, it can be sailed in tandem with Amandira, the next boat that we are going to see. So here is Amandira, the biggest boat of Aman, Indonesia. It has 5 cabins, 3 double cabins, and 2 twin bunk bed cabins, maximum 10 packs. But again, we can tandem with Amanikan if you have a bigger group. Cruise duration in Komodo is 5 nights in general, and for Raja Ampat will be 5 and 7 nights. Next one is Kudanil. Total 8 spacious cabin with king size bed or 2 single beds. All cabins in Kuda Nil are at same standard and amenities, so it's good to note. It could accommodate up to 18 packs, and it's also cruise in Komodo National Park, Spice Islands, and Raja Ampat, based on the seasonality, of course. The next one we have here is Aqua Blue. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Aqua Blue. So Aqua Blue is a relatively new addition to liveaboard cruises in Indonesia. It has 15 suites across 3 decks. It can accommodate up to 30 packs. Destinations they have is Komodo National Park, Spice Islands, Raja Ampat. They also depends on the seasonality. They also sail from Bali to Komodo National Park, vice versa. So let us know if you need to know more about any of these cruises. Next, we have Alila Punama. It has 5 cabins. Alila Punama by Alila. Total 5 cabins with 1 master and 4 deluxe suites on lower deck. It can accommodate up to 10 packs. Destinations similar with others depends on seasonality, mainly Komodo and Raja Ampat. Thankfully, these 2 national parks has a different seasonality. The interesting part about Alila is that they have fixed departure for SIC. So in case you have any clients that are willing to do the SIC, check with us with the schedule if you're interested. But of course, they are also available for private charter with minimum of 4 nights to be booked. Next is the Alexa, the only single cabin with king size bed boats that we have on this list. So it could accommodate 2 packs, super ideal for honeymooners. Destinations are Komodo National Park, Moyo, Sumba Islands, Alo Raja Ampat, or can be requested based on the seasonality. But it is, of course, based on private charter only since it has only 1 cabin. Alexa require minimum of 3 nights in Komodo and 5 nights in Raja Ampat for charter. Next is Rascal. Rascal has 5 cabins, so it could accommodate up to 10 packs. Similar with others, the destinations based on seasonality. Minimum charter for Raja Ampat suggested is 5 nights. So here's Rascal. Next, we have the Oracle. It's a superior class cruise with 3 total cabins, of which 2 are identical master cabins and 1 is smaller and below the deck. Could accommodate up to 6 packs. And then for Raja Ampat charter, they are only doing charter. So for Raja Ampat, they require minimum of 5 nights. Pretty much the same with the rest of the boat that we have here. The last boat that we are going to talk about is Fenides. It's a superior class cruise with 5 cabins, up to 10 packs. Similar with others again, destinations based on seasonality. Minimum charter for Raja Ampat is 5 nights. And then the last part that we are going to cover on today's webinar are extra programs in Raja Ampat, and we start from Misool Island Hideaway. It is a 9 days and 8 nights packages based on 7 nights in Misool Eco Resort and 1 night in Swiss Bell Hotel in Sorong. The next program is Cree Island Eco Adventure based on Cree Eco Resort Stay. Here, client will get a taste of the local culture and architecture of Cree Island in Raja Ampat, one of the world's ultimate paradise. While staying at Cree Eco Resort, witness the wide variety of plants and wildlife that flourish in the surroundings and soak up the tropical atmosphere. This is the perfect getaway for divers, water lovers, those who enjoy unspoiled nature, and honeymooners. The last program is Stint Raja Ampat 4 days, 3 nights, based on Papua Paradise Eco Resort in Biri Island. Some highlights of these programs are to discover the beautiful and abundant marine life of Raja Ampat, to spend days in the secret islands paradise of Indonesia, amaze the hundreds of jungle-covered islands, and last but not least, watching bird paradise in their habitats. So we generally require or recommending all of our clients that are taking this program to take the morning flight arrival in Sorong, so they can be at the resort by afternoon or at the same day at least. And that completes the Raja Ampat and Sorong webinar. I hope that you found this information helpful, and certainly if you have any questions, please let me know. In the meantime, because I'm sure some of you are having a question about how is Bali situation post-COVID or COVID season. As the result of the Minister of Tourism meeting with Bali Governor last week, our Governor of Bali has advised some plans as following. By 9th of July, Bali is planning to reopen beaches, tourist sites, and businesses for people that are currently in Bali. Then by August, they will expand to domestic market. And if all goes well according to the plans, then by September, international market will follow. Hopefully, finger crossed that it's gonna happen. All right. Don't hesitate to email me if you have any question. Once again, thank you so much for attending the webinar today, and look forward to present another topic on the upcoming webinars. Please join us, and thank you so much.